Right, this is blues with walk-ups, and we're going to walk up to the 4 chord. So your walk-up happens right here. The walk-up happens here and ends here. So on your walk-up for now, we're just going to do what I'm calling the 6 walk-up. So if we're in A and we're going to D, if you think major scale backwards, we have 1, 7, 6. We're calling this the 6 walk-up. So you're going to play A, and then the 6th of the next chord you're going to. That's how you're going to walk that up. So you played A on this one, and then you're going to do that 6 walk-up to the 4 chord. And what's important is that you have a root on the 1 of every measure. And at this point, we're only using this Chicago. I'm just going to do that the entire time. All right, so we're going to do a walk up here. That's going to be our 6th walk up. So I'm just going to call it 6 right there. And then we're going to walk down here. This will be a down. That's going to be a 6 back to A. So if we're in D, we went. We just walked from there to the 6th of the 1 chord. 1, 7, 6, 6 chromatic, natural. Does that make sense? I hope that you're good on that. So that D walk up is going to make its way happening to here. And then we've got our turnaround, which for right now, we'll use the root 5 root chromatic, and then root 5 root chromatic again right here. So what I recommend you do is you stop and you practice this real quick. Let me show you the root 5 root chromatic. So here's your root. We're in E. So we have root 5th root chromatic, root 5th root chromatic to the 1, or you can do the low 5th. I think the low sounds better. So we're starting on the 5 chord, the E. It's 5th. The 5th above is here. The 5th below is here. So root 5 root chromatic, root 5 root chromatic 1. So pause the video for a minute. Pause! And practice playing this. And then when you're ready, I'll do it with you. Eat a pretzel. All right, here we go. Hopefully you're ready to go. 1, 2, and Chicago. Measure 2. Measure 3. To the 1 to the 6. Chicago. Root 6 back to 1. We got root 5. Chicago. Again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 6th of the next chord, walking right up to the 6th of the 1 chord. Then we've got our root 5. Hopefully that's what you had. If it's not, stop, practice for a minute, rewind, and then do it again with me. More additions here. So when it says roots, we'll just play the root, just going. And then root 5, we'll go root 5, root 5. Then this 6 is that we're adding one more walk up. We're doing a walk up to the 5 chord now. So we're going to go to the 6th of your 5 chord. So here's your root, A. How do we get this on the screen? There's A. Here's our 5 chord. Remember to find where that 6 is, just major scale. 7 or 1, 7, 6. There's your 5 chord, which also happens to be the 3rd of the 1 chord. So 1, 7, 6. We're going to walk up that to get to the 5. So we have starting right here. So we have A Chicago. 1, 6 up to the 5 chord. Again, ready and A Chicago. 1 up to the 5 chord. Then we're going to do root 5 root chromatic, root 5 root chromatic 1. Right? If that doesn't make sense, rewind a little bit, make it make sense, and practice. And when you're ready, we'll do this whole thing with the added walk-ups. So now we've got the walk up to 5 and our root 5 and just our roots only. All right, here we go. Well, don't forget, when you get here, this is root 5. So we're going to go root 5, root 6 of the 1 chord. Right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and root, Chicago. Root 5, walk up. Root 5, root, walk back up to the 1, Chicago. Now we're going to go 6 to the 5. Root 5, root chromatic, root 5, root chromatic, Chicago. One more time. Beginning. Chicago. Root 5, root 5, root. Root 5 to the 6 of the 1. Chicago. 6 to the 5. Root 5, root chromatic, root 5, root chromatic, 1. And when I say 6 of the, or 6 to the, you got to think of, we're going to the 5 chord. Here's the 6th scale degree of that chord. 6, 7, 1. All right. Okay. So here is the same thing in the key of E. So your 1 chord's E. And I suggest when you do these, you go to this 4 chord down here. And then 5 to B. 4, 1. So take a second to practice this first. Don't just jump into this. When you're ready, come back and play it together. Here we go. 1, 2, key of E. Root, Chicago. Root 5, to the 4 chord. Root 5, root 6 to the 1. Chicago. Now I'm going to go 6 to the 5 chord. Root 5, root chromatic, root 5, root chromatic, 1. Again. Root, Chicago. Root 5, root 6 of the 4 chord. Root 5, root 6 of the 1 chord. Chicago. 6 of the 5 chord. Root, do, be, boo. And we're done. What you should do next is find, I'll link them, I'll put it in the video, it'll be somewhere here, there, everywhere. And play along with those two, and 1 in E and 1 in A. Play along with those a bunch. Get very comfortable with this. You need to be able to improvise. Pretzel.